Dear students, I am happy to be in the midst of you this morning. I welcome you to this new academic year. I understand that many of you got through first year exams even without writing the exam. And I thank God because we are alive during this pandemic period when people are perishing and there is much fear around us. And in this new paper, research methodology, we are going to see certain things which is very useful for higher studies. And in the new education policy, they have removed the MPhil course, you would have heard, and there is no chance of reading or studying research methodology between PG course and PhD because as the MPhil course is removed. In that case, this research methodology is so important and every PG student and scholar should know each and everything thoroughly. And in this chapter, in this paper, as usual, we have 5 units. And unit 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And in the first one, unit 1, we will see selecting a topic and writing working bibliography and evaluating sources, these points. And we have to know what is research first. You see, there is a book like this, MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers. It's a well-known book which is available in bookshops. You should get a copy of this, or even you may order it online and would get it comes around some 175 rupees or 200, within 200. Please try to get. And you see, topics like selecting a topic, conducting a research, compiling a working bibliography, evaluating sources, taking notes, outlining, writing drafts, even our language and style are so important when we come into the point of research. And now I'll brief you one after another. Research paper is a form of exploration. You see, in school level, we were writing paragraphs as well as essays. When I was studying in 5th standard or 6th standard, they used to give short notes like this. Write a short notes on cow, or write a short notes on Diwali, and write a short notes on Pongal. And we were writing cow is a domestic animal, it has 4 legs and it gives milk, some points like that. On that case, you see, those are all statements, it gives some information and that is not a research. When we come to the point of research, if you say a cow is a mammal and its family, and if we go on explaining about that is research. So we go beyond that level. So this is not writing of personal essays. This is not writing of personal essays. In school level, we write personal essays and we write our own ideas in the school level. We are undertaking research when we need to go beyond our personal knowledge. We want to know what others have done. So we undertake research to probe into an issue, to solve a problem, to make an argument, or even we want to see what others have done, what others have written. So these are all the things we are learning in that. First, we have to select a topic. We have to select a topic. You see, when I was trying to do my MPhil, I went to my research supervisor and I asked him, sir, I wanted to do MPhil. He said, what area you want to do? I told him, sir, I am interested in John Milton. I want to make some research in Paradise Lost. Immediately he said, Paradise Lost? Hey, you see, it is poetry. Poetry is difficult. You can't do in that. Even I don't have time to sit and make much corrections. You take some novel, finish the work, get your degree and go. So immediately a researcher's aim or his area of interest is demolished there itself. He has to adapt to his research supervisor, because even his research supervisor also should have exposure in his area. So then I did in fiction. You see, after that in PhD also our area gets changes, because due to the expertise of our superiors, the expertise of our research supervisors. But if you are given a freedom of choice to choose your topic, it is well and good. You may choose topics in your own area. You must think and rethink to select a topic, because after working for months, after working for years, after working on a topic, in the middle of a research you cannot change anything, then you have to go with things. Also we must be adaptive. So while selecting a topic, you see this book has several good points given in this. You see our personal interest may be a point. At the same time, nowadays new technologies and several other new areas are coming in, new areas of research. Of course, research supervisors will guide you what kind of topic you should choose, in what areas already many researchers have done, what areas would be suitable and what areas would be appropriate to do in the present situation. And they will guide you to choose a topic. And after selecting a topic, you are ready to work on your topic and you are conducting your research. And you collect data and you are compiling or working bibliography. In the unit 1, we will teach you how to write a working bibliography and how you are evaluating your sources. We will teach you. And you see, we undertake research, we need to go beyond our personal knowledge. Already I told you, we are proving an issue, we are solving a problem, we are making an argument, we even look at what other researchers have done. And at this point, we come across two research topic areas in this book. One is primary research and another is secondary research. Scientifically, people who make researches, they make two areas. They say one is analytical and another is empirical. In Emile handbook, it is given two research areas. One is primary research and another is secondary research. In primary research, study of a subject through first-hand investigation. That means we are the first person going to make research in that area or in that topic. But that is primary investigation. Study of a subject through first-hand investigation. For example, analyzing a literature or analyzing a historical text or analyzing even a film. Even somebody was analyzing some television serials, why not they can do? Even particular programs of television, particular telecast, you can do. And in secondary research, examination of studies that other researchers have made of a subject. The other researchers, they are making researches and we are going through them. We cannot blindly say that I never referred anyone, I did everything by myself. We can't say like that today because we are referring with things, ample number of sources are available. We go through the materials of our forerunners, harbingers. We look at their materials in the South Ganga website, ProQuest website, even other websites. There are thousands, even millions of theses are available. We go through them. So examination of studies that other researchers have made of a subject. That is secondary research. That may be articles, books about political issues, historical events, even literary works. What books, what articles, what literary works. Even now people are doing research in R.K. Narayan. Many thousands of theses have been submitted. Still, people want to do on that. We come across while evaluating theses. People are doing researches on that. So articles and books about political issues, even historical events or literary works. And while we using a primary research, you see, primary research is also a methodology that was used by several researchers. That is to several researchers to collect data rather than depending on the data of others, collecting by ourselves. We are collecting data by ourselves as a first hand. And technically, we want the data. Technically, we want the data. We frame the question, or even we collect data, we go through it. So the primary research is addressing certain problem and which requires in-depth analysis. When I was doing my PhD Viva, some people were asking some questions, even my friends were mocking at me by saying, how are you going to manage the Viva? I told them, you see, I am making a research on this for 5 years. Now I am at the verge of completing it. Even after 5 years of dwelling on one topic, I was able to learn only very few things. I was able to cite only few things. I was able to come to only few certain decisions. You are coming and attending my Viva for 1 hour or 1.5 hours, or maybe 2 hours. In 2 hours, what will you question me? Because I studied that, I have gone through that for 5 years. Because that will not be a matter I will answer. Because if a person is doing his primary research properly, he can face a Viva successfully. That is not a big matter because that is his research. Spectators will not question deeply. Even if they question, he will answer because he dwell on the subject for 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years. So he is an expert in that. He becomes an expert in that. So it is a methodology. And while we are using secondary research, and we cannot say I did my research by myself. I never referred to anyone. I did only by myself. You can't say like that, because all researchers, all researchers, all researchers depend partly, at least partly on secondary research, because some way or other you refer what he has done. Some way or other you referred somebody's thesis. You went to the library. You have gone through the pages. You referred what he has done. How did he write bibliography you had seen? And what did he write? You have gone through several points of your forerunners. So you can't just say I only did by myself. So we depend at least partly on secondary research, and we are learning to identify and analyze the work of others in secondary research. We are learning to identify and analyze the work of others. We go through them and making use of them. We discover, we assess, we assimilate others' research, then articulating into our own ideas. Then articulating into our own ideas, then articulating into our own, we make use of others' ideas into our area, making use of others' experiences into our area. Of course, we have to give weightage to their work. We have to give weightage to their work in our research. And as I said, we have two research topics, two types. One is primary and another is secondary. Primary is a first-hand experience, a first-hand research work, and secondary is going through the work of others. And now combining research and original ideas. Combining research and original ideas. Research increases knowledge. Research increases understanding. So research always stimulates many new ideas into us. Research shapes our thinking. A research paper should not be merely reviews of the research papers of other writers, other authors, not like that. We have to come into a decision. We have to present our ideas. We have to bring out our ideas. We have to shape new areas. We have to do it, and we must do it. Not only we are researchers. You see, while combining research with original ideas, it increases knowledge, it increases understanding, it shapes our very thinking, and it should not be merely reviews of other researchers. Some of these points we must keep in mind while we are conducting research. Today what researchers do, they simply download certain points and rewriting papers into another paper, and they want to submit their research. So while doing like that, we get into problems. We are not able to solve things. Even a simple viva would be a big complicated one to us. And while coming to this research methodology paper, we become professional writing people. We learn to write a research paper. We must learn to write a research paper. And we need to consult sources of information about a specific subject. That may be any specific subject. And we combine that information with our own ideas. We present our ideas. We present our findings. We present our conclusions effectively. You see, in the unit 1, as I said, they have taken, it is given selecting a topic, compiling a working bibliography, and evaluating sources. Of course, I wish to take this unit 1 into 3 sessions. In session 1 today we are doing only introduction work. And in while selecting a topic, we have, if we are given a freedom of choice, we must think and rethink and choose our topic. While conducting our research, we must utilize the library sources properly. Nowadays, there are ample number of online sources available. You can refer from any country, you can refer from any researcher from any part of the globe. That possibility is given. And keeping track of sources. Even I download hundreds of material for several purposes, and sometimes I make use of that material. I go through them. If I forget to make note of a thing, you see, thereafter that is all, it is forgotten once for all. So we have to keep track of sources. We have to keep track of sources. That sources has to be preserved effectively till the end of the research. Otherwise, we will forget where have we taken this material, where have we xeroxed it, where have we downloaded. If we have taken only the middle part of a research paper, and you will forget from where we have taken, and automatically it will lead you to misuse somebody's material as if our own material. Today what people do in research, they download from something from Western people, from Western universities or Western scholars, making some necessary changes, and they present the paper as if it is their own. Such research only leads into problem, because while during Viva or during the submission checkups, simply they will find out, even after years, someone in some part of the globe, somehow, they will find out that it is a copied material. So while we are utilizing somebody's material in our research, we have to give due weightage to them. And you see, creating a computer file for our materials, creating a computer file for our materials. One person who attended my interview, my Viva OC, he was asking like this: "Sir, you see, your thesis is only, it looks very little and only these many pages. You have taken only this much portion. How is it possible that you have done research on this?" I told him, people like you think we collect so many materials from many other sources, you want to bundle them up and you want to pin up and should submit. Real research is not like that. No, not necessary. Pages is not the matter. I told him, I gave him a right answer, then he accepted. And you see, so keeping a track of records, maintaining a computer file is sensible. Maintaining a computer file is sensible. Even then and there, the material, what we preserve, is to be sent to our mail ID, because sometimes even computer can get corrupt, some virus can come. So all your material, all your data stored in your computer would go waste. You may not be able to retrieve them. Then you will be getting to a problem. So maintaining a computer profile is essential, and that is good. and even that data to be transferred or to be mailed to your mail ID because you would use it in future. And after that, recording essential publication information. Recording essential publication information. We are using somebody's material and we have to know who has published it, where was it published, who is the author, year of publication, everything. Generally, when we are looking books in the bookshops, we look at the title of the book and we look who has written it. Immediately we will look into the amount. How much is it? So there we decide whether we want to get this book or not. But as a researcher, when you look at a book like this in a library or in a bookstore or anywhere, even now every book is available in PDF format, you have to look at the title and you have to look at the person who has written it. You have to look at the publisher who has published it, when did they publish, which edition is it, and where did they publish. So such details are essential and we need to maintain, and such as publication details are essential for a researcher and he has to record such publication information and noting any other useful information, whatever it is, any other useful information we have to record, and converting the verifying publication information, whether it is true, is it a true book, verifying publication information. Some years ago I heard about a thing, people they publish for interview purpose and other purposes. For somebody's book they get it, they publish only this cover page, then this cover page and bind it and submit. So verifying publication information, you can verify nowadays, it is possible. You can verify going through you just sit on Google, you will find out who is the author, how much is the book, who is the publisher, how many days will it take to reach, is it a used book or a new book, every detail is available. You can make use of. Of course, you have to maintain records, verifying publication, converting of working bibliography into a to the works cited list. And we have to maintain evaluating sources. We collect materials and evaluating sources, accuracy, and sometimes currency. What is currency? Some accuracy. Some are outdated. In the beginning I told you, even now people are making research in R.K. Narayan because many researchers have done, even he is no more, and of course there are possibilities to make research in his fictions, there is possibility, but still then when there are ample number of new authors, when there are ample number of new novelists, new people have come, many new writings are taking place, and when there is such possibility, why should we do an outdated one? Not necessary. We have to choose a current area when it is possible, when it is easy. In the next session, surely I will teach you how to write a working bibliography. I will show you a sample how to write working bibliography. I will teach you in the next session. And now today you see we have seen research is not a personal essay. Research is not a personal essay, I told you. research is a little advanced than that. In the unit 1, we see selecting a topic, compiling a working bibliography, evaluating sources, and all these works comprising selecting a topic, conducting research, compiling a working bibliography, evaluating sources, taking notes, outlining, writing drafts, language and style comes in. Of course, even though only 3 topics given in unit 1, that is comprising of all these points: conducting research, evaluating sources, because you cannot write a working bibliography without the sources, and taking notes. Without taking notes, you won't write bibliography. So, and you all these things. So, with the materials only, you begin to write drafts. With the materials, your language, your style is established there. So, I will teach you how to write bibliography in the next session. And there is difference between personal essays and research papers. There is much difference between personal essays and research papers. During my PhD, I was writing certain things and typewritten them and took it to my guide. We will just go through that and we will simply say, these are not critical. You wrote something like an essay. Take it away. Write that properly, then bring it back. Oh God, then I will sit and write. Then he will say, tell the same. This is not critical. It looks like an essay. So what should we learn? It should not be like an essay. It should be like a research paper. So personal essays and that we write only in school level. And here research is undertaken. Research is undertaken. We need to go beyond our personal knowledge. We have to look at researchers, what they have done. And we undertake research to prove an issue. We sort out a problem. We are ready to make argument. And we are ready to make an argument to what others have written. When we look into the others' work and we make argument, we become researchers. That means we cannot make argument blindly. We have to go through this one as well as that one. Then only we can make argument. You have to know what is happening in our house and also what is happening in the neighbor's house. Then only we can compare. Then only we can make an argument. Then only you can question. So that step is to be learned. And I said, as per MLA book, MLA handbook, they said 2 types of research. One is primary research and another is secondary research. In primary research, we learn and we do first-hand investigation, study of a subject through first-hand investigation. Study of a subject through first-hand investigation. That is the first research like that. In secondary research, that is the examination studies that other researchers have made on a subject. That is what other researchers have done on a particular area. So that may be article, that may be book, that may be political issue, that may be anything which was done by other researchers. So research is not just oppression, suppression, male domination, communal violence, some of these usual topics what we come across 25 years. Every male domination is the only topic people know. They want to write in their topics. Communal violence, oppression, suppression, even depression. You see, some of these areas has to be changed and we should look for new other areas. Of course, your research guides will give you very much ideas, and even though you have freedom of choice, they will also guide you to choose a topic. They will help you. And in primary research, again, I want to tell you, researchers, they collect data directly. They collect data directly rather than depending on data collected from previously done research. So blindly referring or taking the research material which was collected by other researchers from their research is not a good one. That should be done first hand. And technically we must own the data. We must own the data. Primary research is solely carried out to address a certain problem, which requires in-depth analysis. So we have to learn that. And in secondary research, you cannot simply say, I never referred anybody, I didn't see that, everything I did only by myself. No, no, no. At least partly you referred somebody. Secondary research, somewhere you referred, somewhere you got the idea. Simply we cannot say, I have done it by myself. You can't say. The school children, let me tell you one thing. One child was there in our house, that's my neighbor's child. She used to come and take, she will eat sugar or sweet or something. And it is all in her face. It's here, and everything, it's there. On seeing her itself, it is clear when she has taken the sugar. And when we ask, hey, have you taken sugar? Did you eat? He will say, oh no, but it's there. So many researchers today, it is very clear they copied. It is very clear they referred somewhere. It is very clear they referred others' material, but they say, no, I didn't refer anyone. It is my pure research. I only did myself. See, someday or other, in any day, even after many years, even after several years, they will find out, someone will find out it is a copied material. So we have to be careful. So weightage to be given to the author, the person who has written, the weightage to be given. And we learn to identify and analyze the work of others. So we have to learn to identify and analyze the work of others. Maybe we can refer several authors and we discover, we assess, we assimilate others' works, others' research. And then of course we utilize it into our own ideas. That is what secondary research. As far as English subject is concerned, we are not going to sit and work in a laboratory. We are not going to sit and work in a laboratory. We may take several other patterns to do our research, but we are not going to work in a laboratory. Even today there is language laboratory. There is language laboratory. You can't see this. So some software is given. After utilizing that software, what is the progress among the students is measured, and some researchers have been done. So we cannot blindly say even we don't work in laboratory, because there is language laboratory. When we worked in engineering institutions, we had to use them, and even today engineering people use. And next, combining research and original ideas. You see, of course, I am recollecting the ideas I told you. Research increases your knowledge, it increases your knowledge, it increases your understanding, shapes your thinking. Research paper should not merely reviews of others' papers. They are not picking some 10 lines from this paper, picking 10 lines from that paper, picking 10 lines from that paper. and merging all into one paper, of course giving weightage. That is not research. We have to present our own ideas too. We must get into new ideas. And the professional writing, we must learn to write a research paper. You must learn. Of course, you need to consult various sources of information. That will all be useful. Various sources of information on a specific subject. That will all be useful to you. Combine this information with your ideas. That will be useful. Then present your ideas. Then make your findings. Then coming to your conclusions. It will be useful. Of course, we will meet you. I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you. You may mail to me to get this PPT to my mail ID which is given to you. Thank you.